Okay, welcome back to the makerspace. I'm John. We are continuing on our electronic cat toy project, and I have decided to go ahead and I'm going to try to just cut a notch out of the rubber and see if we can get that to fold over. And if not, then we'll go ahead and we'll cut through our notch and we'll just add different pieces to each side. And so I've grabbed a small handful of screws. We might have to pre-drill some holes just so that we're not, what's the word I want to say here, splitting our wood. So yes, maybe you've noticed that I tend to forget words these days. I'm not sure if that's just a sign of getting older, or if it's from being tired, or if it's from speaking Japanese and losing my English as a result. But yeah, it's just one of those things that happens, I guess. Okay. So yeah, when I forget words, just bear with me. I'll find them eventually. All right. So here we go. Let's just get to it. I might have to stand up to do this properly, but I'm going to try to do it while sitting. And looks like somewhere along this line here is going to be best. Hopefully. Oh yeah, that's cutting just fine. Alright, I want to be careful. I don't want to cut this wrong if I can help it. I don't want to cut myself either. Well, I'm not sure it's going to be easy to cut a notch, but we're going to keep trying. Well, it's not super straight, but it's pretty straight. Now, can I get that out of there? Maybe. Oh yeah, seems to be coming up all right. Well, messy. Maybe it's okay. Nothing's ever as easy as you hope it's gonna be, right? You think, oh, that's just gonna take a couple more hours and I'll be done. And it never turns out that way. That's looking okay though. Alright, there's our notch. A little bit gunked up here. If I can get that out. Boy, I'm getting hungry too. I'm gonna have to go home here soon. Leave this for another day. I'm starting to get a little bit the shakes from too much caffeine and not enough proper food. Okay. Get just a little bit more of that off right there. I'll be happy. There we go. This cuts pretty easily, to be honest, with the knife. It's not really a problem. How is that looking? That's not too bad. That might be doable. It certainly folds better than it was. Alright, I'm going to call that a success, or at least enough of a success that I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to do it just like that. Now, I might have to actually, because of this other set of cans here, I might have to actually cut this piece off. I don't know that it's going to really work well if I don't. But 2 pieces is certainly better than 4. Easier to work with. And I think that's going to be okay. If it's a little bit round, that's also just fine. It'll be a little bit easier on the cat if it's a little bit round. And it seems all right. Okay, so first let's let's see. Now I'm going to need this to be accessible, right? I'm not finished programming, and so I don't want to get it all the way down on just yet. So let's see, possibly what I could do is cut out like a little window here that I could open. But if I were to do that, I would want some way to secure it. So maybe have a screw here as well as here. That would be one way of doing it. Have screws that I can screw down, and even though there's a seam, it would be like a little door that's just kind of screwed. That might be okay. But the bottom side here is a little bit awkward, thanks to my my happy mistake that's allowing my transistor to fit flat, taking up a little more space under here. It's going to be harder to screw into. So maybe what I should do is go ahead and finish that programming first. But I would really like to kind of get some of this done so I can start testing, because even as it is right now, I could test this with a cat simply by having just the one working side. That wouldn't be a problem for me. Wouldn't be the best test because we wouldn't have it on both sides, but it would still be a test. Now, Ardy's not here today, and he's probably not going to be here when I get this done, but I can plan on taking it home so he can play with it while I'm at work anyway, so I can just take it home, and I can always finish the programming there. Let's see. What I could also do is possibly go ahead and hook up the USB extension, and I could run that cord through my routed groove here and down, and have the extension come out the bottom and have like a two-part extension. That's a possibility. It's a little more work, but might be the way to go. I know I said I just had too much caffeine, but I still have a Dr. Pepper here that I want to finish. So, pardon me if I take a sip every now and then. So I had to think about this, but maybe I didn't think about it enough because I'm still not quite sure exactly how I want to do this, but it's getting better. It's getting better. Okay, maybe what I'll do right now is I'll go ahead and figure out where I want to cut this. I'll go ahead and cut it, and I can attach the non-sensor side first. Although maybe what I'll do, and this is sounding like a better idea to me right now, is I will make it so that I'll put a screw here just below the sensor and another screw just below that, and I'll cut between them. And that way, when I want to access this section, this whole front side can turn sideways, right? Like a door. And have just that whole section and not have to have another seam down here. We'll just have one seam here, and that might be the best way to go. Okay, so if we're going to do it that way, what I'll probably want to do, even still, I want to cut my carpet here along my wood right here. So let's do it. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. And a really good thing about this stuff is when you figure out where you're cutting, you got all these lines that you can just kind of follow. That's quite nice. So I think this line right here looks pretty good. Okay, so let me go ahead and stand up so I can get this done a little bit better, because I need to cut through all the way through the carpeting as well. All right, that's looking pretty good. Okay, now let's go ahead and secure this side first of all. All right, let's move this out of the way for now. Clean up some of this. And what we'll do is, I think I want to pre-drill some holes. These screws are rather small, which is good, and they have a large head, which is also good. But I think if I pre-drill it, I'm going to have a far less likely of a chance of accidentally splitting this wood. So, box of drill bits. Box of bits. Let's find something that's close enough. Whoa, that's not great. He's flying out of there. I may not have something for the impact driver, unfortunately. Like these 2mm ones are looking pretty good. Indeed, that's probably what I need. I don't think I have any more 2mm bits that are capable of fitting on the end of my impact driver. Well, this one might just be okay, but it's all the way at the bottom. How's that? That looks like that might be okay. Yeah, that looks okay. That leaves me enough of the screws. What do you call them? The threads. I think that's going to be okay. What is this? Is this a 2.5? This is a 2.0. Ha! I thought we had broken all of the yeah, these 2mm bits. They tend to break real quick and easy, but that's okay, because I think we're going to make it. I don't want to go into my my motor, that's for sure. Yeah, hard to say. It's going to be too long. Oh, it's going to be really close. I might have to try to find a different screw, but might be all right. We can try one and find out. And if we decide it's too long, then I'll find some different screws. But I think it's going to be okay. All right, so we're through the hole there. Let's change this out real quick and try this first one and see how it works out. I could glue this thing on here, but I'm afraid if we try to glue it, it's not gonna hold as well as we'll need it to. So the screws, I think, are gonna be best bet. That seems all right. Motor turns fine, so I don't think it got into the motor. Okay, that's not too bad. Alright, that's looking okay. So let's go ahead and we'll get maybe 3, and I think that'll be sufficient. We might have to go 4. Maybe 4 is going to be better. Alright, let's go 4. Where did I just put that little bit? Here it is. Okay, so one there, one at the bottom. Let's see if we can line that up well. Maybe I didn't cut that just right, but that's okay. We'll make up for it on the other side. We'll let the other one hang over maybe just a bit. It's close enough. I'll tell Ardy to be careful when he plays with it. I'm sure he's going to listen to that advice. Okay, let's go over Just a little bit more. Alright, let's stick my finger there so I don't lose my spot. That's it right there. Get this in there by hand a little bit so I can leave my drill bit on. Well, maybe not. I'm going to make sure that I'm in my hole that I just drilled, or otherwise I'm completely wasting time drilling them anyway. Oh, and my battery just died. That's great. But that seems to be okay. Okay, well, I hope that other battery is charged. Alright, well, I'll be right back. I'm going to get this one charging, grab the other battery.